Hey everyone, Vintage Fan Collector here, and today we have my 1990 Casablanca Delta II. I just got this yesterday. I picked it up today, but I got it yesterday. I replaced this due to bad or going out bearings for part of my job. And since it's great elsewhere, I can either change out the bearings or part it out, so I decided to take it home with me. Love the blades, definitely want to keep those. I can use the arms and the canopy and everything else, so I was going to take it home regardless. So here we have the demonstration video before I decide what on earth I'm going to do with it. And of course Chance is here because this is another back-to-back testing extravaganza.
Yes sir.
And we'll go ahead and start off of course with the beloved 4-blade configuration. Now for these fans, truthfully, I prefer them with 4 blades. There's just nothing classier than a polished brass 4-blade Delta II.
Yes.
So we're going to go ahead and start with low. And what I also really enjoy about the 4 blades is that that's kind of what they were supposed to have. And a lot of houses actually came with these around here in Dallas-Fort Worth in the mid to late 80s. So I see these a lot as the original fixture or fan. And the couple that I took this down from, they're older couple, they have a house full of these plus a Panama in the living room, and we've already replaced the only fan that wasn't Casablanca with something else, craft made American tradition. Also you can hear the bearing noise.
Yeah, my Four Seasons is like that.
And so we replaced that, and then this started making bearing noise, so instead of, they didn't want to do new bearings, they just got a satin brass craft-made, what is it? Fortitude, which is a good fan. Of course, it's not going to move this much air due to the fact that it has a 153mm motor in it. That's one of the few fans that they have that does have that motor, but it moves the about decorative amount of air, so it's still pretty overpowered for the motor size. But it's no Casablanca Delta II, of course.
Yeah.
The American tradition, however, pretty much is on par with air movement with these. So that one was a good choice. Sadly, they don't make it in satin brass, and they were very much adamant that they wanted something at least close to what they had, which is this. So that's why the Fortitude was chosen. Go ahead and go to medium.
Yeah, I need to quiet up my Four Seasons because it's doing that on high. It only does it on high. Well, no, you can hear it on all 3 speeds, but it does it the most on high.
Yeah.
I just need to put a drop of oil in there.
Since these bearings aren't horrible, like I've heard way worse, I think this motor's still good to, you know, replace the bearings. Mm-hmm. It's just like Hunter Originals. You can kill the windings on any electric motor, by allowing the bearing of the motor to have so much friction in it from lack of grease that it begins heating up everything, and then that heats up the varnish and kills the varnish, killing as in removing it, and then it starts to short out. So any fan can experience this failure, and that is why a lot of fans actually fail due to the bad bearings.
Even portable fans too.
So originals, if you don't oil them and you allow them to be locked up and still try to use it without oil, the same exact thing will happen. The windings will fail. I've already seen it happen plenty of times. And it's something that happens with any electric motor. So unfortunately, there's a time frame in which you can replace bearings on any fan like this. Because if you wait too long and the motor's already started heating up, the motor's gone. You need a new motor. So I have 3 fans that are like that need new motors due to the lack of bearing replacement. I got them like that, and they already had bad motors. The way to tell is if this thing's been running for 5 minutes and it's already flaming hot when you touch the top of the motor, yeah, you're screwed. You're screwed. The motor's done. So yes, it might still run, but if you let it run long enough, it will start sparking and arcing inside the windings, and I have a Panama that does that. I was like, what's that clicking kind of zappy sound? I looked up at the top and was like, oh, okay. We're sparking up there. Alrighty then.
Crikey.
Yeah, so not fun. But I believe, based on the way that these sound and how I didn't use it, well, I guess they did use it a lot. But regardless, it's not been going bad for too long, so I think this would still be a good contender for bearing replacement with the original motor. However, I don't know if I want to do that or not. I have a ton of polished brass Delta IIs at the moment, most of which have not had a video, and I think I just want to maybe part this one out.
Would be a good parts donor.
Yep, I have some blade arms I need to replace because they got scratched in the move. The only blade arms that got scratched in the move were these two from my 88 Delta IIs. Not happy with that. Everything else is fine, just those two got screwed.
Wow.
Those two sets got screwed. So I can use that, plus one of my 93 brass Delta IIs, and then the blades are beautiful, so I want those. And then I can use all the 3-speed parts and whatnot.
Definitely a good parts donor.
And I can also use the housing if I want to make my 1985 Milky Brass Delta II looking all brand new again.
Milky brass?
Yeah, it was a phenomenon for 85 only, where
Really?
the coating on the brass would get this weird milky white kind of
like cloudy?
color. Yeah, it kind of clouded up. It's the milky cloud is what we call it, because it's what it looks like. And it was only the top and bottom plates, and the arms occasionally would do that, but not as often as the plates would.
Yeah, looking at this makes me happy knowing my Four Seasons is still savable, because the spin down on that is still really long.
What you really want to look out for is what I said about the motor itself. If it's running hot after 5 minutes of use, then yeah, you're screwed.
I've run it overnight, and it's barely even warm.
Because like my Panama that was doing that, the switch housing would also get so hot due to the fact that it's got the copper on it, because all these fans have copper under the brass. So that, of course, conducts heat very, very well. And man, that switch housing got hot. I was like, oh my gosh, it's on fire.
Yeah,
It was
luckily my Four Seasons isn't like that. Like when I feel up here,
Yeah.
like that's not even warm, but like when I feel it, it's like very, very, very.
Yeah,
slightly
you
warm.
don't want it to be. A little bit warm is fine.
That's
They're
like
supposed to run a bit warm.
Yeah, it's like
But like
warm.
flaming hot to where it gives you like a 1st-degree burn if you touch it. Yeah, no, that's not supposed to be that.
Like you can fry an egg on it. No.
Yep. And yeah, so that concludes the 4-blade configuration, along with some helpful Top Gear Top Tips consumer advice.
Right?
Always giving out the best. For those of you who still think that a certain type of fan is able to survive anything, no, every electric motor in existence has an inherent flaw that I just mentioned. So you cannot get away from that no matter what fan you're using. I'm just going to put that out there because I love originals, but I'm tired of that dumb, oh, they're the best fans ever, fan boomerism, where, without actually listening to or even thinking about how they're actually made.
Oh, they're the best fans. They're cast iron.
Yeah, just because they're modeled after an antique does not mean they're anywhere near antique performance. They are not.
No, exactly.
Antiques move like 10,000 CFM of air or more. That's like industrial territory.
Oh, that's beyond industrial.
No, industrial territory is even more. It's even higher. That's like low industrial. Envirofans move like 65,000 CFM. It's insane.
Look at some of the
Ugh.
look at some of the like warehouse fans, like.
And now the 5-blade configuration. Still very pretty, of course. This is how it was installed when I took it down, or before I did. And go ahead and start off with low. Still wobble free with 4 and 5 blades.
With noisy bearings.
Yep. I mean, it was taken care of otherwise by people who know what they have and care about fans, so no abuse here. This was the master bedroom fan.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, so they didn't like the bearing noise was bothersome, of course, since it's a bedroom. So that's why it came down. But yeah, I'm still probably gonna part it out. I mean, it's a good flywheel, good 3-speed parts, good blade arms, good blades, good housing bits, good downrod, good canopy. And if I really want to, I can use this motor with new bearings and another fan. As a replacement, which would actually be very beneficial. And I can use the housing bits for other fans as well. So I think that's a good option right now. I'm going to part out most of my 93 Delta IIs as well, and I'm probably going to film a video of each one before I part it out. I used to have 6, now I have 5 because I traded in one for my white Four Seasons that I have from Jack Williamson. It's 1989. It's a Teletouch, of course. I figured that was a good trade. He wanted a brass Delta II. He's going to paint it white. And
is he really?
Yeah. I didn't want to sell any of my white ones. So
there you go.
Yeah, I mean, at the time, I wasn't interested in selling them. So I was like, here, alternative. And he was like, cool. So here we are. And I have 5 of those. And I'm probably going to keep 1 as a complete fan. And then the other 4 I'm just going to use for parts. And they all have white blades, so Snow White blades. So if they're cleaner, I can maybe give, if they're whiter than the ones that I just sold you with that fan, I guess I can swap them out for you if you want. For their better condition, that is. I don't know, I don't remember if they are or not.
I mean, it's only like 2 blades out of my set that are...
Yeah, and I guess you can flip them over too.
Yeah, and I already did flip them over and they're not as bad. You won't be able to tell when they're on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Especially with my white ceiling that I have. So.
Yeah.
I just really hope Alan sells me that glass, and I really hope that glass is...
If he doesn't, I can see what I can part with here, or I can steer you in the right direction forward to get some nice glass.
Yep. You're going to be...
Or you could always put the white glass you already have, which looks really good on a white Delta II. I've already done that.
Oh, so it will look nice.
Yeah. Look up my video of that exact fan I sold you. I already have filmed it.
Wow.
With bleed shelf blades, though. That's what I put on it.
Yeah, because Alan...
I was going to put it up in my now 2 or 3 girlfriend. And we're going to put it up in her bedroom. I am so glad I never got to doing that. Ooh, I'm so glad because we broke up, of course. And I wouldn't have brought it back, probably. Yeah. And she doesn't even live in that house anymore.
Oh, so it would have either been...
Yeah, so I'm so glad I didn't do that.
Down the wrong path.
I am absolutely glad I didn't do that. In fact, if I do end up with a girlfriend anytime soon, I am not offering any fans until I know that we're going to get married. Otherwise, exactly. No, not a good idea.
Else, that's how you lose fans.
Yeah. Sorry, I'd rather keep the fan than the girl when it comes to that.
Exactly, yeah. 100%.
Yeah, but I'm so glad because I mean I only have 3 now, 2 white Delta IIs, and one of them is a busted flywheel. So, in fact, I can replace that. I'm going to get around to it. I got extras all over the place. I just haven't gotten around to doing that yet. I have a lot of fans I need to do work on that I have not done yet. Been putting it off because life is a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I got quite a few fans I need to pop new bearings into, and the other problem is I never had a good workshop, so doing work on fans is not as easy.
You need a workbench.
I know.
Like right there.
Dad probably wouldn't have it because that's what the lawnmower is. I'll just wait until I have my own place and start figuring that out then.
Yeah.
It's much easier. Alright, well, now it has stopped. So that is going to conclude this video of my 1990 Casablanca Delta II in polished brass. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. And now I'm going to continue the fan testing marathon with another fan. Stay tuned.